Hey guys, it's Pirate Larry, and we were at the Detroit Autorama, and we ran across this car, and it was competing for the Riddler Award, and it did win a grade eight, which is, man, that's a super incredible honor. It's a drop dead gorgeous 1970 Plymouth, and it's owned by Don and Mary Doctor of Cramerton, North Carolina, and it was built by Tony and Steve Gemza and their dad at Creations by Gemza. It's a father and son business, and they've been around for a long time. And right now we're speaking with Tony Gemza, and today. And how you doing, pal?
I'm doing good, Larry. I'm doing really good, man. Thanks.
Well, we'd like to welcome you here to Fink TV, and thanks for doing the interview. Man, the car, when I walked up there and saw the car, man, it's just striking. And, man, y'all did so many things right. And I love the color. I love the contrast of everything. I love the stance. And, of course, when we got to talking and you started telling me about the car, I even loved it even more. So how's it feel to win a grade eight, man?
You know what? It's surreal. We built the car to compete for the grade eight and to take to Detroit. But to actually accomplish that goal and to be up there at Detroit, it was surreal. It's a huge accomplishment, and I'm really proud of everybody that worked on the car, that took it as serious as they did. It's great that Don and Mary let us build a car to this quality. It was just a great time. It was really a great experience. I actually can't wait to do it again.
Well, no, man, that's one. I mean, that's about as good as it gets. I mean, Riddler's an awesome award, and you guys shot and nearly got it. I mean, but a grade eight is man, that is one of the greatest prizes that anybody can win in the car industry, and it's very coveted. And tell me a little bit about the car. What do you guys pretty much specialize in Mopars, or do y'all do a little bit of everything, or?
So we do specialize mainly in Mopar restorations.
Okay.
For years, it's what my dad has always been involved in, so very resourceful, doing the Mopar restorations. And we've always loved custom cars, and as you meet customers, we do a lot of repeat work with people. So, right, we'll restore one car for them, and then they're like, hey, can you do this for us? And that's how Don and Mary have been. We've done multiple cars for them, and they had said, hey, we want this. We want a Cuda, but we want it like pro touring, right? We want it with a modern engine and air conditioning and a stereo system. And that's actually how the whole project came to be,
right.
With just them asking about building this custom Cuda, and we took on the challenge. Originally it was never going to be this wild, right?
But they never start out that wild, do they? They just kind of unfold that way.
You're absolutely right. And about a year into the project, it was like, holy crap, this thing's really, you can see the vision, right? I mean, we drew it out on paper, and we said, hey, we want to cut the car in half, and we want to do all this stuff to it. I don't think Don and Mary really understood what the heck we were wanting to do, but they just let us go for it. And it's really an incredible car,
Oh, it is. It's got its finger right on the hobby where it's at right now, I think. Just really cool. Tell me a little bit about the mill and what's going on with the drivetrain.
So what it is, it's a new Gen 3 Hemi. We did actually start with a 6.1 Hemi, which was the first run of the Gen 3 Hemis, and we went with a Whipple supercharger, and the goal was always to be around 1,000 horsepower with the motor. But the motor had to it had to be part of the car, right? It had to look good when you raised the hood. So we went with the Whipple blower. We actually ended up boring and stroking the engine to 404 cubic inches. On pump gas, the motor makes right at 1,000 horsepower. On race fuel, it's around 1,300 horsepower. We custom CNC the valve covers and the coil pack covers. We converted the front dress and the front timing chain cover to a 6.2 Hemi, which is the Hellcat, because it's just a better design. So there's actually a ton of time in the engine. And then to go for the Riddler, right, we ground everything down and smooth everything over, and just a lot of one-off pieces.
Yeah, y'all had a ton of machine parts in there. I mean, it's mind-boggling the amount of detail and machining that y'all did that all in house?
We did a lot of it in-house, yeah. So we have a machine shop in-house. Because of the size of the project, it gets to be overwhelming. So a friend of ours in Mooresville, North Carolina, Tom Farrell, he helped out a lot with a lot of the parts as well. He's a great visionary, and he was a part of the build as well. And it was fun with the people that we got to work with too, because you bring in talented people, and that's what makes a car come out this way, right? Is the team of people. It's not just one guy doing it. But yeah, Tom Farrell helped out a lot. And then my dad, like I said, he's a machinist, and we have a CNC machine in-house, so a lot of parts were made right here.
And that carried over into, I noticed it carried over into the interior and all over the car, the machine work and all the custom parts. It is really, it was all seamless. It was very, 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 very nice. Undercarriage and everything. There's lots and lots of parts going on. How long did it take you guys to build this car?
It took right around 7 years to build the car.
Wow.
We were not on it full time. For about the last 4 years, 3 to 4 years, we were on it full time. We had some other projects that we were doing for Don and Mary, so the Cuda kind of was a part-time project. And then what would it be like? We actually tried to get the car finished for the year 2020. And we just missed it. We just didn't, the details weren't there, and you can't take a car to Detroit without it being 100%, you know. But about the last 4 years of the project, we were really on it full time. But yeah, it's a 7-year project.
Yeah, that's a lot of dedication, and that you're right. You can't bring one to Riddler. You absolutely can't till it's right. I mean, if you have any chance of doing as good as you guys did, it has to be. Everything's got to be in line. I try to tell people that all the time, that, you know, man, that's something that you shoot for and you might miss 2 or 3 years, and then you got to bring what you bring at some point. The paint on the car, man, that was an awesome color, and the depth and everything, the clarity, and you're the painter, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I actually painted the car. Me and Steve, my brother, him and I do the body work and paint work together, but I'm the actual one that pulled the trigger on the spray gun.
And there is a little secret story here that when I first walked up there and started talking to you guys and told you I wanted to shoot the car, and you said, "Oh man, you're with Rat Fink," and you showed me a picture, and I thought that this is so fitting, because inside of your paint locker is a Rat Fink that's signed by Ed,
Yep.
that you see every time you pull your gun out to go shoot something, right?
It is, yeah. It's a poster that I bought probably almost 20 years ago. I've always been a fan of Ed Roth and his artwork and just his mind, right? I'd love to be inside his mind and see how it worked and see all the stuff that he came up with. So years ago, I bought this poster. It was signed by him, and as I became a painter and had my own cabinet and everything, right, with supplies, I got it taped in there. So every time I paint a car, I look at that poster, and, you know, it's kind of like my sign of good luck, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, for sure. And I know Ed would be digging that for sure, you know, but that's a little inspiration there, Big Daddy, a little inspiration. I'm the same way. I've got stuff of Ed around when I go to shoot something, but I thought that was the coolest story. And you guys were very accommodating to me when we were out there shooting the car. The wheels on the car, man, those are awesome. Tell me about the wheels on the car and the decision with the colors, where y'all went with the golds and stuff on the detail stuff. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the rims were custom made by a well-known company called Butnick. And, you know, we told Butnick what we wanted, and they produced just an absolutely beautiful rim for the car. Could not be happier. We wanted the center to look like a true knockoff. A little bit of the theme of the car is in the 1960s, you had the Le Mans race cars, right? The 24 Hours of Le Mans. So you had the Ford GT and those types of cars, and I always loved those cars. So the gas cap that's on the car, the floor-mounted pedals, the knockoff rims were all inspired from that era of race cars, because the Cuda has a very race car-ish look to it. So we actually remachined the centers of the rim to make them look like a true knockoff. Just a really cool look to the car. And at the beginning of the project, the owner actually wanted the car green. He said, I want green. I know it's an understated color. And we were all cool with it because we all love the color green. But we said, we have to give it some cool accents, right? You couldn't paint all the other stuff black. So we came up with the nickel and the gold because the car is very elegant looking. And for as many modifications have been done to the car, the colors really play well with it and make it look elegant.
No, it does. It does have an elegant look to it. And going the darker green with the Cuda, that's not something you see a lot. Everybody goes with a lime or a really poppy, wild color, and that, man, it was just it really gave it a lot of class. It's the interior, the color of the interior with all the nickel and the gold, very striking. And then you guys stayed away from stripes and stuff like that too, which I think kind of made it really elegant. One of the things I noticed that you showed me was under the hood, where the hood was functional and all. That was a very cool touch also. Had a lot of body work going on. How many body mods did you guys do, and what was the extent of the hardest one that you pulled off?
The amount of body mods, I've never actually added them all up. I probably should someday, but, from the beginning, we cut the whole car in half because we actually sectioned the car. So the rocker has been brought up around 1 3/8 in the front. So the roof actually has not been chopped on the car. We wanted to bring the rocker up to give the car more of a wedge shape. So if you put it next to a stock Cuda, to me, Hyper Cuda looks a lot more streamlined and more aggressive. Mm-hmm. On top of doing the cut to the side of the car, we altered the wheelbase 3 inches just to get rid of some of the pudginess of a factory Cuda. As far as one of the most complicated panels on the car is probably the hood. The hood is hand built out of sheet metal. We formed everything and welded everything together here in-house. The hood was designed around the supercharger, and the motor sits really high in the chassis, so the car can sit really low. And we wanted the hood to be functional, and the owner, Don, his first car was a 73 Roadrunner. So we thought it would be really cool to incorporate 73 Roadrunner rally hood, the scoops that were in it, into this hood. So we actually built the hood around those scoop inserts. So we wanted the hood to be fresh air. So there's actually an air filter that's hidden inside the hood. So as the hood closes, it seals up against the intake of the throttle body, and it gets filtered air through the louvers in the hood.
And then, like in the grill and other accents, you had the little 10-star going on all over the place, machined. That was very cool. That one must have been really time-consuming. You must have thousands of little 10-stars all over the designs.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a theme. We were talking about how to customize the grill, and should we do like a mesh-style grill, but everybody's done it. Actually, Tom Farrell had come up. He said, why don't we do Chrysler Pentastars through it? And it's like, that's a great idea, so that's why the grill, the hood inserts, and then throughout the entire interior, it's all Chrysler Pentastars, which we thought, because we're diehard Mopar guys, right, it just really looked cool with the car.
It did. It really did. So it's a striking car, man, and we really appreciate you letting us shoot it and talk to us. And guys,
Absolutely.
you can check them out. They're there in Denver, North Carolina. It's Creations by Gemza. Call Tony or Steve and talk to them, and they'll hook you up if you got something that you need built. Guys, I appreciate it, and I hope that y'all knock it out with the next one y'all build, and we hope to see you out and about somewhere down the road and try to keep new ideas going, man. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Absolutely, man. We love what we get to do every day. It's a passion, right? I mean, we absolutely just love coming in the shop, and whether it be an OEM restoration that we're doing or a hot rod build, it's just every day's fun, Well,
and that's what it's about. If you're having fun, you're not working, right?
Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, you too, buddy. And Tony, you have a great one, man, and we'll see you down the road.